Hey, it's Ben Baxter here, back in the fly tying studio again with Anglers All. Today we're going to tie up the Flash Bang Midge for you. Alright, so I'm starting with a Tiemco 2457, which is the equivalent of Daiichi 1120. Also using UTC 70 in black. And I've got the bead that's on here is a killer caddis in the midge. This is just a crystal transparent bead. Get our thread started. Now I'm going to tie in the midge tubing. This one I'm using is a purple. You can do it in red or olive or black or any color you would like. I'm going to use a pinch wrap here to get the tip of my tubing tied in here. Just pinch my thread, and I'm pulling pretty tight so I don't bulk that up. You'll see why towards the end of the fly, because there's a lot that goes up at the head. You don't want to build up too much mass right off the bat. So doing a little whip finish there just to tie off my thread. Now I'm going to use my rotary function to wrap this midge tubing back down the hook. I'm pulling pretty tight on this because we're going to do 2 layers of this down the hook, and then we're going to go right back up to our tie-in point. Still using a pretty good amount of pressure on this tubing. I'll go one more. Move my bobbin hanger out of the way again. Get a good tight wrap on that. Pulling tight on that as I'm wrapping. A couple more back onto it. And I'm pull real tight on this tubing. It kind of helps keep that tubing in there nice and tight, and again it also doesn't bulk up too much. Original pattern called for, I believe it was a Flashabou in the 1/100th. I am using just a medium pearl tinsel. Same effect. I'm sure you could use any color you wanted. If you want it more flashy, or if you want it a little more subtle, you could probably use a black or so. I'm wrapping back to right at where my thread hangs down, kind of halfway right at the point of the hook there. Use some hackle pliers to keep my tinsel out of the way here. Next, I am taking some Fluoro Fiber in white. I think I've got 10-12 strands here, something along those lines. Trim the tips even. Same thing, I'm using the pinch wrap here to tie these in. That way I don't have to worry about trying to cut any out of the tip up here. That just creates more bulk up there as well. Again, wrapping back right to that tie tie-in point. Now what I'm going to do here is spin my bobbin clockwise so it really ropes up that thread instead of being real flossy and laying flat, because I'm trying not to bulk up that head again right behind the bead. Next, I'm trying to split these down the middle, 6 and 6 or so for the legs on either side. Just do one tie-in, pull my other fibers back the other way. Now I'll bring my tinsel forward for the flashback. A couple wraps of that in. Pull that back. A couple more wraps on top. And again, you can kind of see how bulky this fly wants to get right off the bat. Once you get everything plugged up there in the top. Trim that out. Grab my whip finish. Got that little tag there of the flashback. I just kind of lay those whip finishes down on that. Clean that up a little bit. You could probably put some glue on this once you're done, but you also run the risk of getting the glue in those wings too, so using a bodkin or something along those lines to really help you pinpoint where you want that glue to go. I'm going about halfway down the body on that, trimming the legs out. And there you have it. That is your Flash Bang Midge in purple. Check us out on YouTube, like, subscribe. Look us up on Facebook if you're on there. We do have a tying group. And keep an eye out for more tying videos in the future. Thanks for watching.